Christmas 2014 when we met, and we pretty much both met with guitars in our hands, so...
Okay, it was meant to be.
Yeah, I guess so.
There's a lot of times you talk to people and like I'll talk to friends back home like, oh, you're living the life. It's like, yeah, it's awesome. Like we get to do what we want to do in terms of like playing music across the country, but it's not a vacation in Hawaii.
Yeah,
you know,
it's pretty nail-biting sometimes, and that thing especially.
Yeah, as anybody on the road would probably say the same thing. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, but it's fun.
But a good portion of it is sunshine.
Oh, good, yeah, some of it's sunshine and rainbows. Have we ever fond memories of traveling? Yeah, always. You know, every step is a memory. It's always good. One that I'll never forget is, like Maddie said, we were traveling around New Zealand on bicycles and we lived off them. So everything we owned was just strapped to the side of our bikes. And we got some crazy looks. Just, they were like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? And one time I remember specifically we had my guitar hanging off the back and washboard, all our clothes and everything, and we had this big watermelon. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
This big watermelon was duct taped to everything because we were meeting up with friends. We're like, oh, it'd be really nice if we could just bring them a watermelon. So we've got pictures of like everything we owned and a watermelon just duct taped to the top of a washboard.
Also, at this point, I want to mention that neither of us play the violin, and John also had a violin strapped to the forks of his bike because it was $30. I mean, you can't say no to a violin for $30. A big thing for me is really just letting other people know that you can do it. Like that you don't have to be big and famous to live off music or whatever art you've got. You want to be an artist and you want to go, you know, I've met people who did poetry and they wrote poetry and they'd go stand on a street corner and they'd sell their poetry. And there's something to be said, I think, for people paying for your art and going directly from their pockets to your pockets and then to food, like to a farmer's market or to, I don't know. And I think if you truly want to do that, don't make any excuses, just do it because you can, you know. There's always compromise, but. And yeah, you can always make excuses and, you know, wait for the perfect moment and wait for, you know, when you've got enough money in the bank. And sometimes, I don't know, I've found that if I waited around for that, then I would never do anything.
No way.
So just kind of like get out there and go for it.
think that Canada is amazing musically. I think England could learn a lot from Canada in terms of being a female musician, actually. There's so many amazing female musicians everywhere, and there doesn't seem to be any kind of stigma. Everyone is just a musician. They're not even female musicians, they're just musicians. And we found that from coast to coast. It's so embraced. We've been so well received busking and playing. There's been so much enthusiasm. And I don't know, Canada just feels like this big warm embrace, despite the snow. And I think that the world could learn a lot from that. And in terms of intention now, I don't really know. I think just to be, performing, making that our lives, and when it's time for that to end, it'll end. But at the moment, it's perfect.
It's going good, yeah.